Hello and welcome to your mini course on creating epic love by dissolving the #1 relationship toxin. Maybe, like so many people, you want to have an amazing relationship where you matter, where you feel significant, where you know that your partner truly loves you, but for some reason it's not quite working out. So maybe, like so many of my clients, you are very competent in your life. You have got your career, you've got your affairs in order, you've got friends, you've got a social life, you've got hobbies, you've got activities, you've got everything going for you. But somehow in relationships, all of that is different. And you struggle. And you're working really hard to figure out what's going on. You're working really hard to save your relationship, to improve it, to attract a healthier partner, to feel more secure, more confident in your relationship, but something is not quite working, and that is usually down to this #1 toxin I'm going to talk to you about. But first of all, I want to clarify what we kind of all look for when we talk about healthy relationships, amazing relationships, epic love. It is a relationship where it feels okay for you to be you, where you can share your feelings openly and honestly without fearing that they will be shamed, ridiculed, dismissed, and validated in any way. Instead, your partner is curious, just like you are, to see what's going on for you, so that then you can find a solution together. Something that needs to change, something that needs to improve for you to be happier within your relationship. And then obviously you feel more connected because you're doing it as a team. Now, right now, with many of my clients, their reality is different. They feel very alone in their relationships. They feel that whenever they express a feeling, it just ends up in arguments. So they have to bottle it up, keep it in, inhibit it, censor it, walk on eggshells, not to set the other person off. And obviously that then creates this atmosphere of not wanting to share, not being able to share any emotion. And then the connection withers away. Because without emotions, there can't be an emotional connection. The other thing that often happens is that when we feel we want something, it is perceived as a complaint, as nagging, as something negative, and so we feel less and less safe to share that with our partner, which then means we get less of what we want. But sometimes we choose the relationship over ourselves, and we can get lost in it. And sometimes our thinking goes into the area of, well, if I change this, or if I do this, or if I don't do that, then my partner will change. Maybe then he or she will give me more of what I want, give me more love, be more supportive, be kinder, be less critical, less negative, less draining, more responsible. The list is endless. But in any case, what you feel is the pain of the gap between what you want and need, what's loving and healthy, and the reality of what you're experiencing or have experienced in past relationships. And that is often down to one thing and one thing only that was not widely known at all, but is becoming more known, which is really important, so that we can all eliminate it from our lives, outgrow it, and that's called codependency. So if it feels that in your relationships you care too much, you give too much, you do too much, while the other person slacks off, does not reciprocate, it feels very much one-sided, it feels like you're overperforming in all areas, but that you kind of also get lost within the relationship, that you find it draining, that it's not bringing you a lot of joy, that yes, there are some good moments, but a lot of it is really exhausting and negative for you, then it is very likely that you have a problem with codependency. And that is something that's not your fault. That is reinforced in our society, in romantic movies, with Disney. It is something that is taught to you as a child. So it is definitely not your fault, but it is what stops you from having the confidence in yourself that you know you can have, the relationship that you know can fulfill you and kind of boost you to take risks in your life, in your career, create an amazing business. There's this bit holding you back, and it's one word, but it's very multifaceted. It's also very misunderstood. I made it my job to really get to the root cause of it to the core so that we could understand it fully, apply it to our lives in practical and logical ways, simplify it, and then make the changes happen that we want to see. Because you can change this. You can have an amazing relationship. You can experience epic love. You can be wildly successful and confident once you start to dissolve that toxin that is present in so many of our lives called codependency. In the next video, I'm going to explain to you what to watch out for, the different symptoms that you might not even know that are harming you, and then obviously how to eliminate them so that you can make space for the wonderful things to enter your life.